Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Contradiction, Spot the Liar. In the last episode, it is officially after midnight. Jenks has run out of time, and he still doesn't really have a solid suspect. We still can't say whether Kate was murdered or if she committed suicide. Now, considering the time moved forward, I am going to do a quick sweep of the map again. I'm guessing, or at least from what Jenks was saying, I believe we need to speak to everyone. I'm assuming that's what we need to do, but again, I'd rather check the map, just so that I don't end up getting stuck. God, I hope that Jenks is getting in his cardio, running from place to place, just like, clues. I need clues. Personally, I'm sticking to my theory. It either had to be Ryan or Rebecca or both of them. That's what my gut tells me, at least. Nothing in here. Jenks doesn't want to take some of the poppy pods, it seems. Nothing new here. To be honest, I'm not sure if anything new will have spawned in. I mean, there is always the creepy woods. Shit does always seem to go down in these woods, but I get the feeling that the game is wrapping up, or at least that's the feeling I'm getting. And I could imagine from here on out, it's like we're not going to give you any more additional information. You have to rely on the contradictions. You have to rely on your own wit and quick thinking. Yep, nothing here. And I'm going to assume there's nothing at the village hall, but nope. I'm pretty sure the village hall was only used once, right at the beginning, to get the key and look at the poster in the window. Nothing here. Come on, Creepy Woods. Creepy Woods, provide us with evidence. Come on. No, ahead. The fishermen are still there. Maybe they don't have homes. Maybe they just live out by the lake. But flipping heck. I'm gonna assume that was a bird and not someone screaming. Yet nothing in the woods. We now have to rely on the contradictions. And I don't suppose there'll be anything in the atrium. No. And there's nothing new in the mirror room, excuse me. Okay, the last person we spoke to was Ryan. So again, I like to go from left to right. Let's start with James. He's the least involved, so it should be pretty quick to cross him off the list.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yep, nothing here.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
God, that does mean next up is Paul. Oh God, he's always a delight. He's so pleasant. Sarcasm.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
James was right. James was right. Atlas is making slaves, corporate slaves. Can we... Round of applause for James. Round of applause. I judged him quite harshly, but he was right in a kind of weird, roundabout way. I do have to wonder. He said it was just a little kickback, but what he thinks of Little and what I think of Little are probably two very different things.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Sir, we don't encourage students to hurt each other, but you encourage them to say things to other students that will potentially hurt them. Yeah, it might only be emotionally, but that's irrelevant. The person is hurt. God damn. And again, they're more trying to push the blame onto Simon. Oh, God. They really are pitting the students against one another. Especially if, you get to be prime candidate. You get this high-paying job, potentially in another country. Doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't that sound like an adventure? And now we're going to make you all... Not only are you all competing for that, we're going to make you test each other. It would brew resentment and jealousy. Someone is obviously going to take things too far in that kind of situation, in that kind of environment. Someone is going to take things way too far and someone is going to get hurt. Okay, yeah. Hold up. You're saying you don't use threshold testing. Where would that be? I'm thinking of the CD. Yeah! You claim that the CD in the mirror room is used on the course, and the CD outright said, this next module is, extreme testing, threshold testing, and boundary testing. Something like that.
Aha. You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're going to have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I'll see myself out. Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight. Kyle.
Hot damn!
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Maybe find a weapon? I'm just saying, if you wanted to find a weapon, I would approve of that, Jenks. That was such a good cutscene. That was such a good cutscene. Holy shit, Paul Darrow killed it there. He killed it, oh my days. Oh, Kate was worth 50 grand. That is not a little kickback. Holy shit. Oh my god, I could live off that for years. Damn. Oh, I'm thinking if she was worth 50 grand alive, if that 50 grand is coming to Paul and Ryan, let's say they split it 25 grand each. Assuming Kate didn't know about the kickbacks, which, why would she? I highly doubt Paul and Ryan discuss, the intricacies of their business plan, of their business model with the students, so it's unlikely Kate would know about how much she was really worth. No matter how much she blackmailed Ryan for, she was going to pay it back when she got sold off to whichever business wanted her. Her blackmail threat is looking a lot more childish. I think it was Rebecca. Rebecca and Rebecca alone.
couple more questions, if that's okay.
Admittedly, we can't... I have no way of proving that in-game, but... that's what my gut says.
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
And what happens then?
They get sacked.
Oh. Okay. Maybe the Atlas course isn't as, you know, Ryan and Paul like to boast, oh, we make the best. However, Atlas, it is still a contained, confined location. It's not the real world. Their students can thrive in this contained setting, but when they're out in the real world, them being a prime candidate, it don't matter. It seems that the teachings at Atlas don't prepare the students quite as well as Paul and Ryan would like to claim, it seems, if a lot of them end up failing.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
She looked oddly blank. She looked weirdly blank. I'm so used to Rebecca looking smug and superior. Even when she's saying like, oh, I don't know anything about that, she very rarely gives one-word answers. Not like Paul, who was constantly like, you know, what do you know about this? Nothing. Like, excuse me. It's because I was reading that. Rebecca likes to give a bit of preamble. I think Rebecca likes to prove like, oh, I'm so much smarter than you. Look at me, look at me. That... she was weirdly blank.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Now then, you two. Do you know anything?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about this.
I like that. In the last episode when Emma was talking about prime candidates, she was saying, oh, the people who become prime candidates are the ones with no morals. And then here she's saying, oh, I think Kate would have been chosen because, you know, she's Kate. I really question why Emma and Kate were friends. Because Emma does not seem to like her in the slightest. And I get that in part, you know, Kate was saying, oh, I'm going to use your affair with Ryan to blackmail him. Like, I could understand Emma being angry about that, but she shows so much disdain for Kate. Like, oh, she was constantly drunk and wild and aggressive, and she had no morals. Like,
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Oh, he told us about that. Whoops.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
I think he's lying there when he says like, oh, I wouldn't be bothered. Just given that like 2 seconds before he was like, was she? Oh, I think Simon wanted to be prime candidate. I think he was probably rather jealous of the fact that Kate, despite her obvious alcoholism and the fact that she never bothered to hide it, the fact that she could be rather flaky and all of this, yet she was still better than him. Even drunk off her tits, she was better than him. And I think that probably frustrated him. I think that probably made him jealous. It made him act rashly, you know, giving her morphine. But again, I don't think he killed her. I don't think he killed her.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Right, Jenks mentioned Atlas.
Damn.
Oh.
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Shit. Oh. But where do we go from here? My gut said maybe back to Paul and Ryan to confront them, but then again, if they're trying to get rid of us, that isn't really safe. Oh, where's a safe place? Shit. Okay, we don't. There's nothing new. Maybe we do another sweep of the map. We'll go the other way this time. Oh.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan? Pig!
Oh!
I know. Police brutality. It's all right. Are you okay? You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along. But what's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
That was amazing! Oh my god, yes! Kyle got slapped! Ooh. Oh, I approve! I approve wholeheartedly. Also, Jenks, why didn't you insist on getting the girl to safety? You've been through a terribly traumatic experience. Yes, you want to wander off into the woods? Fuck it, go ahead. You're wearing a white dress, a cloak and a mask. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. Oh, I can't believe Jenks finally slapped someone. Oh, that was... Oh, I don't even know what to think about that. I just have Jenks slapping that guy, replaying over and over in my head. Oh, that definitely seemed occultish. Because... Oh, it was an endurance test. Okay, and if the girl fails, she's gonna get stabbed in the throat or the chest. Excuse me? Excuse me? No, that just seems stupid. And... Oh, I definitely think that Ryan was setting Kyle up to be like, okay, I need you to kill the inspector because he's getting in the way and he's annoying us. But oh, that was a good cutscene. There have been so many good cutscenes. To be fair, there have been good scenes throughout the entire game. Okay, you two.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
What? Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, alright? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her! I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
He's about to do you a runner, Jenks. He's legging it. This is why you don't let a suspect out of your sight, dude.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Oh, dude, he has fled the scene. He has buggered off. This... You should have said, okay, you want some painkillers? I'll go with you. Jenks! Jenks, did they not teach you that in the police academy? Oh my... I said right at the beginning that this was important. Simon's claiming that only Ryan had patterned sticky tape like this. That isn't true. Rebecca used it at the pub. And again, the fact that the game is pushing, oh, it had to be Ryan, that makes me more certain it's Rebecca. They're doing the switcheroo like, oh yeah, we're going to tell you it's Ryan, and then boom, it was his wife who had access to the same tape. I still think that Rebecca was the one who... Either she pushed Kate in the lake or she fell. Again, I think she overheard the argument at the pub. She's like, you're threatening to blackmail my husband. You might reveal the affair. You're being loud, so I'm gonna get you first. I think potentially... Because why would the sticky tape be on the license? I think maybe Kate could have lost her ID at the pub and Rebecca took it, and then she used that to lure her to the jetty or to wherever this was found, to wherever her driving license was found. And then maybe she, pushed her in and said, because that was a thing, the driver's license and the body were found on opposite sides of the lake. So, maybe Rebecca pushes Kate in and then pushes her out, and then the force of that sent her over to the other side of the lake. Something like that, perhaps. I don't have the details 100% worked out, but roughly, I think that's what happened. Oh, God. Are we going to be able to find him in the woods someplace? If maybe he ran on ahead? I am out of time for this episode, however, I think I'm going to go until I reach the end, because I don't think there's much left. And then obviously we can't enter. Okay, he's gone. He has straight up legged it. Just while I'm here, Emma.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Any thoughts on this stuff?
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate?
No, definitely not.
Ryan could have been making it up. Or Simon could have just not mentioned it to Emma. The fact that Emma is saying Simon didn't walk home with Kate last Friday, or that he didn't mention anything to her, he didn't mention that to her, that doesn't it's not necessarily a lie, is what I'm trying to get at.
Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember. Sorry, no.
Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm very intrigued as to what Rebecca is going to say. I'm quite curious if she'll try and pin this on her husband.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know, because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Madam. Madam, no you didn't, because you patched up the window.
Aha.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, said someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to a lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're going to have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
We hoped you enjoyed playing Contradiction. This was an experimental independent game made on a tiny budget. If you liked it, please leave a review of the game and make yourself heard. Aww. Yeah, this was... Oh, that Rebecca's big confession. Oh, that was really good, yeah. I like that a lot. Oh, I was close. I was close with Rebecca's motivation, so it wasn't that she realised Emma was the affair partner. She misunderstood. She got the wrong person. Oof. Big oof. That was a great game. Round of applause for Contradiction, people. That was a really good game. I had a lot of fun playing this. I do notice progress 96%. What do you mean 96? I've completed the game. Excuse me? I would like that to say 100%, please, but still, phone calls, 0. Cheats, 0. Very happy with that. Yeah, I really liked Contradiction. I liked the contradiction mechanic. Admittedly, there were times where I felt... How do I put it? I had contradictions for someone, but it was because of something a third party had said. Like, I can't remember one specifically, but early on in the game, when I was still getting used to the mechanics, there were multiple times when I was like, oh, Emma, she said this thing, but then this person said that, which contradicts what she said, but you can't contradict between people. Aside from that, I think the contradiction mechanic, it was very easy to use. I think it made a lot of sense. It was very intuitive. I love the acting. There was some amazing moments in this. Jenks, Rupert Booth, did a fabulous job as Jenks. His face is so wonderfully expressive. And the sound design. The music was really beautiful too. I think this is my favourite soundtrack of a game that I've played recently, of a new game that I've played recently. I really enjoyed that. Okay, that is Contradiction done. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from FMVs for a little while. Next week, excuse me, this is going to be coming out on a Saturday, so tomorrow, I think I'm going to go back to a developer that I haven't touched in quite a while. We are going to be taking a trip over to New York to Wadjet Eye Games. We will be playing Unavowed. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.